What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie Building. Wow. So, bam. Jack Wolf Knives. First ever fixed blade knife. This is the Midnight FIXedc. And I gotta say, it's super awesome. I didn't even take it out of this box yet. How do I know it's awesome? Because I was hanging out with Ben and Donnie over at Blade Show Atlanta, and two awesome freaking guys. Met Ben's dad, great dude, and we just had a good time. We were just chilling and talking, and I saw this on the table, and I was like, "Wait, is that the actual box for it?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, I thought it was like a fake VHS box, like throwback type thing." Super cool. So I was having a conversation with Ben about the knife there, and I told him about my gun bag, and this is my gun bag for my Berna, and I have this out every single day. And I was telling him about how this knife right here, which is the Midnight Jack, it is the frame lock version of the fixed. I have this with me every single day. Tickle in my throat, I'm gonna die. And it sits right next to my torch. I had the gunslinger, but the gunslinger that I have is Bazooka Joe coloring, so it kind of throws itself off from this bag. So having this, which is just it's become one of my favorite knives. Just absolutely love it. It's so perfect because it fits right there. And I literally have this every single day. And I was telling Ben about that. And he's like, "That's awesome." And I'm saying, you're saying that because, it's your knives and you're thinking that's cool. I'm saying it's awesome because I get to carry that knife every single day. And I freaking love it. The only time I didn't have it is when I took a plane ride. So, let's open up this box. We're going to start with the art. Bada freaking boom. Wicked sharp. I'm telling you, you got 2 stickers and wicked sharp. Let's pop one open so we can get all the stats, because I want to make sure I have everything right. So Sean Tiffany does the art. One thing I was really surprised at is not only it looks like a gladius sheath, like a mini gladius. Not only do you have this awesome sheath, but you can ride it as a boot knife or a belt knife or a pocket knife. So you have 3 carry options with this, or even a molly. You can attach this to molly and it would sit just freaking fine. So I was really, really impressed with this. This is really nice. This is probably one of the nicest clip-on sheaths that is out there. It's just pretty. It's just pretty, man. So, but we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that. I know when you're talking about Jack Wolf Knives, you're talking about an entire package, an experience. But we're talking about this. Now, I joke with him all the time. And we were talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, the only problem is you sent me purple." And he said, "I'm gonna get you into these fruity colors somehow." And I was like, "No way." But I have to say, I got really lucky with this piece. For me, some people would want the ones with more purple in it. Some of them have a ton of purple. This one, well, this side has a little bit more, but this one is more black and the purple is subdued. And I have to say, it's not that bad. I'm going to say it. Ben Belkin, I'm telling you. All right, so the purple isn't so bad for me. And anybody knows me, purples and pinks just aren't my thing. But look at how it is with the black. It kind of blends, man. It's almost got that purple people eater look from the old Dodge Chargers and Challengers back in the day in the 70s. That plum crazy purple, I think it was called. It's kind of got that. It's dark and just kind of cool. So I want to first let's go over the stats. We're not going to go that long inside. I'm going to give you the stats. I'm going to show you the other ones, and we're just going to take it outside. We're going to take it outside. The pattern is coffin. It's exactly the same as the folder, except fixed. You have, this one is fat carbon purple haze, and I hope we have overcast. I hope we have enough sun to show it off, because these things need sun. I mean, you can see it in this light, but not like you can outside. Let's see. It says features. Oh, I was looking for it. It says features lanyard, and I looked for it, and then it says post. Bam! Right there. There's a lanyard post in there. I didn't know that, and that's pretty sexy that they hide that in. I like it. The hardware is polished titanium Torx. The blade is a hollow ground, just like the other one. Crucible S90V. The finish on this is belt satin. Obviously, the other one that I have is black, the folder. The total length is 5.87 inches. The blade length is just about 3 inches. The cutting edge is just over 2.5 inches. Scale to scale is 0.36 inches. Blade stock is 3 millimeter, as always. Weight doesn't matter. There, it's 1.4 ounces. They are light. People that need to look at the weight to decide on these, dumb. You could just tell by looking at it. This is going to be so super nice in the hand. Rockwell is 6061. So every single one of these knives comes sharp. I guarantee you this is going to be sharp. So every single Jack Wolf Knives blade, I don't want to lose it all, has just been abso-freaking-lutely, I probably just dropped some, but razor sharp, bald spot making sharp. And this is obviously no exception. I literally just made myself a bald spot and then dropped a bunch of hair. But razor sharp. Real quick, I just want to show you the other handle configurations. Hold on. All right, so you see this one is titanium starburst with a hand satin blade. Then you have the black linen micarta. That is super freaking awesome. That is a stonewash blade. Then you have the one I just showed you, the fat carbon purple haze. Then you have the Ultim Blast and Tumble. I've showed you this kind of material before, and it's really cool because what you're seeing is the skeletonized grip. And some people think skeletonized grips mean weakness, but you see those little columns in there? That means it's as strong as any solid handle you're ever going to find. These things will not bend, break, or be less functional. That there is the Alabone, and I bet you that thing pops in the sun. So that is what you have for colors. Let's take them outside. Woo! I had to run out without my sunglasses on because I saw the sun come out of the clouds real quick. Check this handle out, man. Look at this fat carbon. This material, look at that, is so freaking sick. Would I have chosen the purple? Sorry, Ben, I wouldn't have. But that's just me. A lot of people love purple. Ben loves purple. Check this out. And I have to say, as far as purple is concerned, I mean, come on, man. If you like purple, you will freaking love this. I need my glasses. Whew, felt like my eyes were burning out of my head. All right, so, and just, okay, we still have a little bit of sun. I gotta get a good whole thing, not just the grip. This whole thing needs to be covered. Man, that is one pretty knife. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is one pretty knife. Golly. So let's see what we can find to cut up. So, you know, we're getting ready to we're trying to get this house ready so we can move. That's why that room is always looking messy. It's just full of boxes and stuff. So I'm running out of stuff here because we're getting the yard done, so I had to move a bunch of my stuff. So what we're gonna cut is a little bit different this time. I got this rug here that I've been pulling leaves across the yard with. Let's test the edge on this. Oh my God. That was pretty easy. Let's go to the rough side, see if it's any harder. Oh my gosh. That was so freaking simple. Golly, that is so freaking simple. This knife, man. I'll tell you, you could write a song about this stuff. Ben Belkin. Golly. See if I have enough room to hold on to it. Jack Wolf Knives, baby. So these are being released. I don't know if it was the 17th or what. It said it's released, but they're already on the website. So that means, who knows, you could probably get them. Always on the website, he has a distributors list. And you can go to that distributors list and possibly, if they're not ready, maybe pre-order. Or if they're already ready, you can just order and be very, very happy. So even for a small knife with a big guy, because of the coffin handle, I can rest my pinky on that coffin shape and hold it in a full grip. A front grip. So I put my thumb on top. It's so weird when I look at this knife, because I have it obviously on my bag and I use it all the time. I'm used to pushing my thumb here and I can't push because it's oh wait, no, that one's not a slip joint. I was thinking of his slip joints. I'm like, normally with a slip joint you push and you got to be careful. Mine is the other one is a frame lock, so I don't have that problem. But so it's really cool to hold one of his knives in a front grip and it doesn't move. I like that. Now in a full grip, for me, I would have to go ring finger in a full grip, but that's not how you use these knives because it's a hollow grind. It's not some kind of chopping knife or anything like that. You can use this as your camp kitchen knife. You can, oh my gosh, that was a clean push cut. You can use this any freaking way you want. It's just gonna be good. It's just a worker. Look at this. Let's see. Just pushing through this stick. Wow! You can see the thickness of this branch. I don't even know if I'm in frame. Everything's just a glare. Is almost the same as the blade. I didn't even saw. It just pushed. Just so freaking nice, man. The guy is a master. The guy is a master. And I have to say, one of the cool things about Ben Belkin is he told me privately, he said, hey, don't tell anyone that, but you're my favorite person in the whole world. And I was like, thanks, Ben, man. I love you, man. So there's that. I mean, I so wish it was true because he's so cool. He's so good looking. All right, so let's do this. My girl's in the window going, what the hell is he talking about? Ah, look at this, man. It is just so shreddy and nice. Look at this. This thing is super slicey. I have to say, in this grip, this forward grip, it is so comfortable. It is so comfortable, and it's very familiar because of the frame lock. It is so very familiar. So here's the thing. If you already have the frame lock, if you have that Midnight, and you want a fixed blade, a Jack Wolf Knives fixed blade, man, you are going to love it. If you love, well, you do. If you have it, you are. I'm not saying if you love it. You love your Midnight because it's awesome. Just made a palm tree. It's a must. It's a must. You have to have the accompanying blade. This thing is super, super nice. I mean, this is sharp knife extraordinaire. That's what this is. This is as good as it gets. When you're talking about a hollow grind, slicey knife, this thing would be great for a camp, like a camp cook knife. That blade you bring with you and you just cook with it all day long or whatever you're doing. You're cutting your steaks and your tomatoes and whatever else, those fresh mushrooms you're catching, like you got to chase them down, like you're gathering. It's just so nice. God. I really just want to keep finding things to cut. This thing is so nice. Check that out. It's a Jack Wolf Knives blade you can use as a fighting knife. Everybody always asks. Yeah, but is it good for self-defense? I don't know. I saw a story about a caveman who killed a mammoth with a pointy stick. Yeah, you can use it for self-defense. And if you can't, you better never go out in public and get into a fight because there's something wrong with you. This is a hollow grind. Don't do what I'm going to do. Don't do it. But if you get into a pinch and you're out in the woods and you're stuck and it's winter, and I'm in a knot. That's the worst thing you could do with a hollow grind. Sorry, babe. And you're absolutely in a pinch where you need to make a fire. No warping, no braking. Go slow if you have to do this, and there's a knot. I mean, I went dead center through a knot. But you need to make kindling. Wow, that was nice. I'm telling you, man, this knife is going to do the trick. This knife is going to do the trick. And the thing is, his knives hold onto their edge retention because of the steel he uses and the heat treat they do it with. It's just so well made. So well made. And remember, this is coming from the company that makes the single best slip joint knives on the freaking planet. And now he's trying to like make the best frame locks on the planet. Now he's trying to make the best little fixies on the planet. He's got this drive to always be better. Like, he always wants to up his game. And that's one thing I totally respect about Ben. He already knows he makes the best slip joints. He knows it. He knows it because I keep saying it. He knows it, and he's just never satisfied. He says, what can I do to one-up myself? And that's a guy that has absolute drive. He's got this internal thing going on that says, I can't just be okay. It has to be better. I have to always push myself. Nice cloth. Let's wind this really tight so it's harder to cut. And that's, wow, okay, I guess that wasn't so hard to cut. Now with this knife, and that's one of the things about Ben Belkin is he's never, even if he reaches pinnacle status, which he has with his slip joints, it's never enough. You know what I mean? It's like some people, it's never enough just to be average, or it's never enough to be, I think my dog just caught a mole. So good boy, Bixby. There's just something about Ben that he doesn't want to be the guy who's known for just this. He wants to be the guy that's known to be the best. And if you don't have that inside your mentality, then what's the point? What's the point? If you're saying, hey, you know what? I really care about being pretty okay. You got to have that drive. You got to have that internal connection with yourself to always push yourself a little farther. Try to be a little better. See what you can do beyond what you've already been able to do. You know what I mean? It's like when I played football, I always wanted to be better. I always wanted to be better. And no matter what, it just wouldn't happen. Nah, I'm kidding. But that's the thing is, you have to push yourself. Wow. At all times, at all costs, in all avenues. There's just no room for second best. Even if you are second best, don't try for second best. Always, because every lack of effort is a fail immediately, right? You've already lost if you haven't tried. But to get out there and push yourself, doesn't matter if you came in second, because it's the drive that matters. It's the drive. I play basketball every day at the Basketball Hall of Fame pretty much during the week. I go there, and there's always these little kids groups coming through. And there was this little kid, she was probably like 8 or 9, and she was shooting balls, and every one of them was hitting the rim, where her classmates, like, they'd make some in, but then they'd have, their next shot would be an air ball, it'd go over the backboard. They were just terrible. And this little girl kept missing, and she's like, I suck. And I was like, hey, I'm like, you don't suck. I said, a good basketball shot isn't one that always goes in. I said, the best shooter is the person who shoots the ball that always has the chance to go in. Because with a little bit of practice, you're only an inch away every single time you shoot. So these other kids, they're all over the place. So, you know, look at it. The NBA, the average shooter is 40%. That means they're missing 60% of their shots. And this little kid just loved hearing that. I said, every time you shoot the ball, it hits the rim, which means every single shot of yours has a chance.
that made her a pretty good shooter. I say, you're the best shooter out here. She was so happy with herself that she just kept trying. She just kept trying. And then she got 3 in a row and she was ecstatic. So it's just never, ever, ever be stale. You know what I mean? Never give up trying to be better, even if you don't think you can be. And this is what I absolutely, I know I went way off here, but this is what I absolutely respect about Ben Belkin and what he does over at Jack Wolf Knives. He always wants to be better, and it just doesn't get any better than this. That is beautiful. All right, so now that I gave you a life lesson, who the thunk it? Whoo, the FIXedc by Jack Wolf Knives. I'm telling you guys, go to the website. What I'll do is I'll put the link to all of the handles. So this page, and I'm going to put the link to his distributors, so you can get out. Remember, his knives sell out, so people always frickin' want one. If you want one, get one. Get it fast. Is it going to be worth it? Hell yes, it's worth it. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.